Good morning, everyone. Welcome to GardenStateWeather.com and GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, providing superior forecasting for the northern mid-Atlantic region. And this is the morning edition video forecast discussion for the last day of March, the 31st, 2020. And, well, most of us have been looking quite down lately, and we need to look up. Look up. Look up. Look at the sun. Look at the clouds. Look at these beautiful cumulus clouds in the air as the air begins to mix with the sunshine, impeding upon it. And we get this mixing in the atmosphere, and then we get water vapor in the atmosphere, and then we get the clouds. It's just gorgeous. We don't need to look down, folks. We need to look up. Look up. Lots of low clouds around the region this morning. The upper air is moving from west to east, but the lower layers of the atmosphere from off the ocean are moving from northeast to west. Believe it or not, that's true. We'll get into that in just a moment. Temperatures under this regime at 7:07 this morning in the upper 30s, as you normally would expect here over upper Sussex County, and in low and mid 40s just about everywhere else. Let's take a look at the minimums this morning. I'm sure they didn't drop down too much, and apparently not because of the cloud cover that is in place. And again, in meteorology, this is a very interesting scenario. We have northeast winds at the surface with lots of low clouds and stratus. These are the observations this morning, just a few minutes ago, and you can see that the winds are all off the ocean out of the northeast and east, but to the west, the winds are from the north. Aha! You. And if we take a look at the visibilities here, well, they look pretty good across the Connecticut River Valley, New York City, and Long Island, but you go inland here just a bit towards Newark, Elizabeth, Parsippany, northern New Jersey, and then you get further west here into central Pennsylvania, central New Jersey, and then look in the Delmarva here. Things look good in one spot, they don't look good in another. That's the visibilities because of the low stratus and east wind still coming in off the ocean. But then you get these northerly winds here with all this dry air in place over Pennsylvania. You got fantastic weather, beautiful visibilities this morning. So these are the latest 7 a.m. temperatures across the Northeast. We've got temperatures in the teens and 20s here and lower 30s here in Maine. And portions of Rhode Island and Massachusetts here, we get into the upper 30s and low and mid 40s across the northern mid-Atlantic. When you combine that with the dew point, which is in the teens to, the upper 30s and lower 40s here, you're going to find wind chill indexes. Well, it feels quite cold with that upper low spinning out over the ocean here in northern Maine and Massachusetts, but feels kind of raw here too. 30s and 40s with the winds. It's not a lot of wind. It's not a lot of wind. Let's take a look at the temperature profile for the last 24 hours, where temperatures have fallen significantly over this entire forecast region. Wanted to get a great shot of the visible this morning as the satellite is passing over our area and the sun is coming up. Well, the sun is coming up and we're waking up too. And we've got breaks in the clouds over Pennsylvania, which is natural here given the northern flow that I just discussed, but our easterly flow is causing lots of low clouds and stratus around the coast and over the interior as well. Taking a look nationally at the temperatures across the United States, the contiguous United States, and parts of Canada too, you can see it's very cold, and obviously here around Hudson's Bay and, all these areas have feet and feet of snow on the ground, so it's going to take a lot to warm up the atmosphere this far north at this time of the year. Where you want the warmth, where you should be, again this morning, it's in the south where you'd expect it. Across the mid-Atlantic region, southern mid-Atlantic, and also the Gulf Coast states and Florida as well. It's quite chilly with a lot of snowpack and still on the ground here in these regions in the west and Intermountain West and Colorado as well. And you might think to yourself, why are these showers here over southern New Jersey, a few here in eastern Pennsylvania, and a few off the coast of Long Island? Well, we have a couple of disturbances in this flow as the low is offshore, and even though the flow is from the north here and it's from the east here, this is affecting in from off the ocean, and a backdooring, as you can see it, backdoor from northeast to southwest with these perturbations that are showing up. Not unusual. And this morning, when we look at the mesoscale analysis off the RAP model, the Rapid Update Forecast Prediction Model from the Storm Prediction Center, we can see a trough line axis here, okay, through southern New England, through the mid-Atlantic. And here's a couple of disturbances that are closed off, these vortmaxes here over Pennsylvania, another one over Virginia. And notice the flow is off the ocean. So we're getting some influence of moisture advection from off the ocean and these upper air disturbances here, which is causing, the showers here in southern New Jersey and southeast of Long Island as well, and a few here over northeastern Pennsylvania that's showing up. And of course down here towards Virginia and the mid-Atlantic region, we've got that storm system that we talked about, which is going to go like this out to sea. So we got a lot of things going on. We got high pressure trying to build in across southern, southeastern Canada here, or central Canada south of Hudson's Bay, where the winds are all out of the north. Winds are out of the north here, and then they're basically out of the east here with this trough axis. So we've got a lot of competing things going on at the same time, and all of them are going to impede your forecast for today and tomorrow. Once again, using the WeatherNet storm browser here, we can find our upper level low here across just north of Memphis and the leading edge along the dry line and cold front here, extending south from Nashville all the way through Jackson, and these are strong thunderstorms. And within the last hour with this line of showers and strong thunderstorms is a very linear line, but you can see it is pretty much complete. And we've got some severe weather here with watch boxes here southeast of Jackson, Mississippi. And we'll be monitoring this throughout the day, but most of this will be away from our forecast area. So this is not affecting us, no. However, along the Garden State Parkway here and into Summers Point and just about getting into Ventnor City, where a friend of mine lives, a very good man, Steve. We got a few showers here for you around Summers Point and a few just to the west of the Garden State Parkway here, and they're all going to be moving to the east. And on the national scale here, you can see this storm system getting ready from Arkansas into Tennessee here. Strong dry line, strong cold front moving through Arkansas. Yeah. Mississippi. Yeah. That's the showers and thunderstorms are heading out over this region, and they'll be moving out to sea. But there's severe weather here this morning with this frontal boundary in this location here, so expect that. Now, over the west coast, we have a new storm system that's coming in. It's going to bring intermountain rain, intermountain snow across the northwest, and also into California. Yeah. Just love using the low-level water vapor channel. This is the amount of moisture that's in vapor form in the atmosphere. And as you can see, we've got this big storm complex here with a lot of divergence and lifting, but it's being shunted south and east, actually, because of all this confluence and convergence over the northern mid-Atlantic and our big storm system here off the Atlantic coast. Here comes the next storm system in to the northwestern coast, and of course there's a lot of divergence and diffluence in the upper atmosphere here across Idaho and Montana into southeastern Canada. And here's our very active subtropical jet stream. That never has changed. It has not, and it will not change over the next 7 to 10 days. In fact, the latest Southern Ice Oscillation Index and the latest guidance that I'm seeing shows that this atmosphere isn't going to change that much. I'm singing a bird song this morning. And while I'm singing the bird song, there's a lot of things going on. So this is the latest simulated infrared brightness cloud cover from the HRR model. And you see that the storm system to our south over Nashville and Louisville is going to provide a lot of high cloud cover. But notice in the grays here how everything is going from northeast to southwest. And that's because we have backdooring occurring and be some, lots of cloud cover around the area through a Wednesday morning. So today, not so good in terms of cloud cover. Upper layers, lower layers, not good. This morning, going to use the high resolution rapid refresh convective overview. Why? At this time of the year, listen, the temperature profiles aloft are very different from the surface, and as you can see, the model guidance wants to bring in showers from the northeast to the west until they, basically fall apart here, or central Pennsylvania. Here's our storm system over Nashville, and south of that, heading out to sea. But notice all these pop-up little blues and yellows and greens here. That means the atmosphere is still pretty unstable until we get into about Wednesday. Now, we're not talking about large-scale, lifting here. There's not a lot of lifting here with an easterly flow off the ocean, but there could be enough, with our few disturbances around the area and our backdoor cold front here to produce some scatterbot showers and thunderstorms, mostly just scattered showers, low top showers around the region from time to time during today, tonight, and early tomorrow morning as the storm heads off into south of Virginia Beach. So all the activity is going to be near Richmond and south. And on this last day of the month of March, I'm thinking of the band from the 1970s called Argent. And I'm going to research them a little bit, but they did that song called Hold Your Head Up. Yeah, and that's what we have to do. You can't look down. Everybody's looking down. You got to hold your head up. Look at this beautiful sky. That's it for the morning edition of the video forecast discussion. We'll be back later this morning or early this afternoon. For GardenStateWeather.com and GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, I'm meteorologist Robert Smith. You have a great Tuesday.